The process to create our own reports is really simple, and in this lesson we will create our very own first report. So for this, let's open Information Systems, Ad hoc Reports, Report Painter, Report, and here we have transaction GRR1 to create our very own first reports. So let's just double click. And of course, the first thing we need to complete is, well, I just double check that the library is correct. And the first thing is to enter the ID for the new report. In this scenario, we will create just the first one. So we'll use naming convention just to keep track of the reports we create. So this will be the ID that we'll be using. And this is just going to be a simple report. So our very own first simple report. Now, we could copy an existing report, and actually, if we have chance, we'll check also some of those steps. But right now, let's just create a new report. And of course, at first we have like a template of like just saying columns and rows, but all of this is just like a skeleton. It's just for us to have a guide on how we can proceed and create our own report. Actually, the first thing it's we'll start with the rows. So let's just double click the first row, row 1. And well, the system will show now the available characteristics that we selected when we did run those steps to create the library. So right now we want to work with cost elements. So we just select that line and we'll click move selected line to the left. And actually we want to use a group of cost elements that has already been set up in this server. So well, for this we have to select this icon in the second column, which is the one for sets or hierarchy nodes. So let's select that one. And then in the from field, we can use the match code just to select one group of cost elements that holds just costs of materials. So we have to just look for it here on the available list, and here we have it. So once we have found the one that we care for this report, let's just click copy. Now we have exactly what we want. We can just check that everything is correct with our selections and confirm. So with this we have like finished entering the row that we want, or actually because inside of this group we have multiple. When we run the report, we will see multiple lines. But, I mean, that's it for the row. Now we need to continue with the columns. So for this, let's just double click column 1 in the skeleton. And, well, for this first, we want just a predefined key figure. So let's select that option and click confirm. This is just a way to create a column here. Actually, what the system is now showing is a list of the predefined key figures that we selected when we created the library. And the one that we want right now is the total actual costs in controlling area currency. So we'll have a column for actual costs and another, the next column will be for plan. But yes, right now we want total actual costs in controlling area currency. So let's just confirm that. And the system will automatically show the correct version, the correct value type, and well, this is the basic figure of costs. What is the meaning of 4? Let's just use the match code to show that 4 is actual costs. So in this server, yes, definitely it's actual. So we don't need to modify anything there. Actually, we'll just cancel. The version is also correct. So the only thing that we want to modify is the text that the column will show. So here we have well, change short, middle, and long text. We can use this icon. We can just click on that to modify the text. And we just want to keep it simple. We just want to have it as actual. So we substitute that in the short text. And we have this very useful icon. Just it's copy short text. We click on that, and it will immediately update here and copy from the short to the medium and the long texts. So now that we have it like this, let's just click confirm, and that's it. We can check again, like all the settings are correct, and now we can confirm. So we have correctly set up the first column. Now let's continue and define second column, and again this second column will be just for pretty similar, but it will be for plan costs, and we will show a different technique that we can use to create the second column. So let's just double click, and instead of the selection for predefined key figure, we will just do it ourselves, not with a predefined, but just we will select everything. So we will just leave this option as it is right now, key figure with characteristic, and confirm. So the main thing is that we need to select what is the basic key figure, and again we want this second column to hold costs. So I will open here the options and select for the basic key figure we want costs, and we also need to set up what we want for value type and version. So let's start with value type, and as always, as we have been doing, we will use the match code here just to show that well, we will select value 1, which, as you can see, the value 1 holds all the costs that we have as planned costs. So with the line selected for value type 1, let's just click copy. And version, well, for the version we want version 0. We have been using version 0 in this server. So just again with match code, let's select that line, click confirm, and again we need to enter just a text that will be shown as the title of this column. So between confirm and cancel, we have this icon, a little piece of paper with a pen. So let's click on that one, and well, instead of just saying costs, we want actually just to say plan. We already know that all these report will be for costs, so that's it, plan. And then we will copy short text to medium and long, and that's it. We can check and confirm. So again, this is very simple, just two columns, one row that inside has, well, we selected a group of cost elements. But now what we want is to define our general data selections for this report. So we have to come all the way to the top. Here we have edit. And well, let's click on general data selection. Now we will define just general data selections for the controlling area, the fiscal year, the cost center, and the period. Again, this is a very simple report. Later we will see some more advanced techniques just to make variables, for example. But right now we'll just set default values and fixed values for these available characteristics, this set of characteristics. So let's move them to the left. And the first thing we will enter is about the controlling area, and again this will be a fixed value. So well, let's use the match code. We'll select actually a controlling area A000, and we will also now have some fixed values for the fiscal year, which will be the current fiscal year. Then for the period we have two fields, from and to. Right now, well, again, we want just fixed values for this, so we will enter January, which of course the ID is like 1 in this server, and in the to field we want December, so 12. And now for the cost center we actually want a group of cost centers. Well, actually we'll select the root node for the standard hierarchy, but again, to be able to select that, we need to just have the check mark for the set or hierarchy node column for cost center row. So let's click on that one, and now we will use the match code to select again the first node of the standard hierarchy for this controlling area. So we have it here. Let's just select that one and click copy. So that's pretty much it for the general data selections. So let's just click check and confirm. And with this, we can just save the report, save the definition. Here we'll just say, okay, report was saved correctly. That's all that we need for the time being for this lesson. So let's just quit the transaction. And as always, we want to thank you so much for all the attention in this lesson, and just invite you to keep learning with the next.